This is the first part of the lessons from verses 43 to 49. One lesson is that we should address people in a respectful manner and based on their status. If someone has a particular status that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them, then we should acknowledge that status. And when we address them, we should address them in a way that also acknowledges that status. One example of this is when the person came back to Yusuf alayhi salam to seek interpretation on behalf of the king. He called him Yusuf ayyuha siddiq. Now, we spoke a little bit about sidq before. Yusuf alayhi salam had proven himself to be a man of truth. He had proven himself to be not only a truthful dream interpreter, but also a person whose words matched his actions and his actions matched his words. And he was someone who always spoke up for the truth and stood up for the truth. So the person acknowledges this in addressing Yusuf alayhi salam. He says, Yusufu ayyuha siddiq. This is why in hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to prefer that a person is addressed with the title or with the name that would please them the most. And the hadith also tells us that if there is a quality that exists in someone, there is no harm in expressing it. So even if it is something of praise, if the matter is actually true, there is no harm in expressing that to the person. Another important lesson is that sometimes it's important to overlook certain things for a greater purpose. Now, you will recall that this person was supposed to go and tell the king right away about Yusuf alayhi salam's situation, but he forgot. And Yusuf alayhi salam could have first held him accountable for it and admonished him or spoken roughly to him or even reminded him. But Yusuf alayhi salam didn't do any of those things. The fact is that sometimes a person needs to look at the bigger picture and the greater purpose that is currently facing people. So smaller faults need to be overlooked for achieving greater purposes. This also shows that Yusuf alayhi salam had a very pure heart, and he was not the kind of person to hold grudges inside or to keep all of this negativity pent up inside him. Rather, he let the issue go and went straight to the matter that was actually important at that time. This leads us to another lesson, and that is that great people are more concerned with the well-being of others than themselves. Now, we know that Yusuf alayhi salam is giving this interpretation and the solution that comes along with it while he himself is in prison. Now, any normal person would have first sought release for themselves. They would have wanted to be exonerated. They would have wanted to be released from captivity. And then they would have laid down the conditions for any normal person would have first laid down conditions of their own release and exoneration before offering a solution that would literally save the entire country. But Yusuf alayhi salam was very selfless, and great people are like this. They are looking for the betterment of others, even if there is a little bit of a cost to themselves or a great cost and detriment to themselves. They will want to save their people. They will want to save their nations. They will not make a fuss about their own well-being before everyone else's. So this is a lesson in selflessness and sincerity.